I've done 23 years, 9 months in jail. I've done 10.5 years in H Division. I've been stabbed 13 times in 7 different episodes. I've been hit on the head with iron bars. I've been hit on the head with claw hammers, shot once, been run over. I've survived 60 serves of shock treatment in 6 months, 1 serve every 3 days. They certified me 3 times, once at the age of 15, once at the age of 19 and once at the age of 23. I've been bloody well bashed and belted from one end of the street to the other. I've had everything done to me. I wouldn't recommend going to jail. I wouldn't recommend my life to anybody. It's a bloody dog's life. It's a shit life, a terrible life. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody.
Social Security.
Hello, how are you? My name's Chopper Reed.
Yeah, mate.
Any chance of letting us in for a bit of a walk around? I've got a camera crew with me.
Yeah, I'll come out and see you in a second, mate.
Okay, bye. If someone hurts your feelings...
Yeah.
Oh, well, how do you hurt my feelings? What are you going to say to me to hurt my feelings? What are you going to do? So you've got no ears. I didn't whack him with a garden spade, it would have taken the whole head off. Bang! Lifted the skull up so you can see the brain. And I'm going whack! Straight through the fucking kneecap. And he's gone fly, he's come fucking toppling over. Fucking whop! Straight through the fucking head. Slicing straight through the fucking head. Whack! He's dead as a doornail. Violence? What do you mean?
Obviously,
violence. What does violence mean to me? What sort of question is that?
well, is violence just a tool, or is it an outlet? Is it a...
Yeah, it's violence is violence. Yeah. You know, what sort of stupid question? Violence is violence. Blood's blood. Everyone is terrified of a psycho. I was a psycho, you know. I used to run around the mainstream jail with a tomahawk. And people used to avoid me like a plague. I don't understand the question, let alone be able to answer it. What's the meaning of violence? How do you understand? Describe violence? Ridiculous. Yeah. And it slides up. Yeah, remember that. When you're sticking a broom handle up a pooka's ass, don't go up too deep, because you'll kill them. And you've got these mice, people that would never have survived the criminal world years ago, becoming drug kingpins. I mean, how would Carl Williams become a drug kingpin in the 70s? You're supposed to be able to fight for a start. How would Carl Williams be back in the 70s when you had to rely on how physically hard you were to get there? He would never have survived. Benji Benjamin would never have survived in the 70s. He would have just got bashed to the bloody ground. He says, no matter what you do, as long as you're well-mannered, you can get away with fucking near anything. As long as you're well-mannered. I always say please, thank you, and excuse me. And I always said please. I always taught little Roy and Charlie to say please and thank you. You know, excuse me, may I have that bottle? Thank you very much. I'm very sorry, I'm going to have to hit you on the head with it now. Thank you very much. Bang, whack, bang. Excuse me, did that hurt? I'm terribly sorry. Would you like to sit down? Oh, you've got a bit of blood on you. I can see that. Yeah, as long as you're polite and courteous, you can get away with virtually anything. my old man, he used to get me to hold a table tennis bat. He'd fire at it with a 30-shot Ruger. He'd go bang, bang, bang in the centre. He'd say, bring it up. I'd bring it up. Bang, bang, bang. Bring it up. I'd hold it next to your head. And the gun would be trained it and he'd go bang, 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 bang. He'd put half a dozen shots straight for the centre of this paddle. I'm holding it in my head and he's about 30, 40 feet away. Yes, I just liked it. It's a good feeling, you know. It's a shit side. It's a good feeling. It's a really good feeling. Ever shot anything?
No.
It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling to load the gun up and go out and whack, bang. It's a good feeling. This bloke just done 17 years jail for the sexual rape, mutilation and murder of a 7-year-old boy. 3 weeks after the Labor Party let him out of jail, he come back to Pentridge 3 weeks later for the sexual rape, mutilation and murder of a 3-year-old girl. And he cut her between the legs with the severed lid of the jam tin lid, right? And had sex with the bleeding orifice. So I've got on his bed and I've jumped from his bunk onto his head. From his bunk onto his head, from his bunk onto his head, from his bunk onto his head. When I got down to the kneecaps, he's still alive. So I've taken his shoelaces off, he tied his hands behind his back, taken the sheets off of the bed, tied them around his neck. Me and Mancello lifted him up. I tied him over the top railing of the Observatory gate, dropped him down. His feet were about 7 inches off the ground. And as I've got down, left him there, as I've got down to the old hospital, I said to Charlie, I don't think I should tie his hands behind his back, Charlie. And Charlie said, why not? I said, if people commit suicide, don't tie their hands behind their fucking back.
Can you think of anyone in your life that you feel like you understand?
Do I understand them?
Yeah.
It's a very arrogant thing to say that you understand somebody. It's a height of arrogance to assume that you can understand somebody. I don't think I've ever understood anyone. Yeah. Anyway, what's that supposed to mean to be able to understand somebody?
I mean, I think there'll be a lot of people who want to understand you.
Yeah, I know, they're never going to. So, why did that man cut that little girl open with a jam tin? Have sex with her body? She died halfway through it. Why did he do that for? Terrible thing. Well, who wants to understand what makes an animal of that tick? I didn't know what love was until I held my first son in my hands, my arms, Charlie, after he got born. The first time in my whole life I understood what the word love meant. It sort of like made me a member of the human race. I felt very, very vulnerable. I used to feel untouchable before, that no one could hurt me or touch me. But when they were born, I realised that people could hurt me. The light in my life is my sons, Charlie and Roy. I don't wish immortality on them. I don't want them to become famous, because my sons they're already paying a price, or I'll pay a price for having a well-known father. So Charlie's already something already at school. He's got to back up all the school bullies that are picking on him. I just want them to remember me with some sort of fondness. I don't want them to remember me with hate. That's all anyone can ask. If you're remembered kindly by them that love you, and you're remembered forever by them that hate you.